2 weeks before our wedding, Ulysses suddenly postponed it. Tamsin said that day is the opening of her first solo art exhibition, and she'll be alone at the opening. I'm worried she'll be overwhelmed and scared, so I have to go and help her, he said. A wedding is just a formality between us. What difference does it make if we get married a day earlier or later? But this was the third time he had postponed our wedding for Tamsin. The first time, he said Tamsin had just had surgery and missed the food from her hometown, so he went abroad to take care of her for 2 months without hesitation. The second time, he said Tamsin was going to the deep mountains to sketch for inspiration, and he was worried about her safety, so he went with her. And now this was the third time. I hung up the phone and looked at Titus, my first love, who was sitting across from me, lazily tapping the marble floor with his emerald-encrusted cane. Do you need a wife? On my wedding day, Tamsin, with a charming smile, was waiting for a man to clink glasses with her. But the man was watching the live broadcast of the wedding of Titus, the crown prince of the largest real estate company in the country, with red eyes. 2 weeks before our wedding, Ulysses suddenly postponed it. Tamsin said that day is the opening of her first solo art exhibition, and she'll be alone at the opening. I'm worried she'll be overwhelmed and scared, so I have to go and help her, he said. A wedding is just a formality between us. What difference does it make if we get married a day earlier or later? But this was the third time he had postponed our wedding for Tamsin. The first time, he said Tamsin had just had surgery and missed the food from her hometown, so he went abroad to take care of her without hesitation. The second time, he said Tamsin was going to the deep mountains to sketch for inspiration, and he was worried about her safety, so he went with her. And now this was the third time. I hung up the phone and looked at Titus, my first love, who was sitting across from me, lazily tapping the marble floor with his emerald-encrusted cane. Do you need a wife? On my wedding day, Tamsin, with a charming smile, was waiting for a man to clink glasses with her. But the man was watching the live broadcast of the wedding of Titus, the crown prince of the largest real estate company in the country, with red eyes. The rhythmic tapping of the cane suddenly stopped. Titus looked up at me with deep eyes. Have you made up your mind? It's not like I haven't given him chances, I shrugged. As the saying goes, 3 strikes and you're out. He's postponed our wedding 3 times for the same woman, which means we're not meant to be. Why force it? Titus smiled and raised an eyebrow. Since you've made up your mind, then I'll start making arrangements. A wedding organized by the Titus family company will definitely be the talk of the town. Be prepared for that. In half a month, everyone will know who the crown princess of the Titus family is. I stared at the man in front of me, knowing he was serious. Okay, don't worry. The Scarlet family will do our best to support the Titus family. We won't hold you back. Titus glanced at me meaningfully. I'm not doing this for the Titus family. I returned home and began to quickly pack up everything that belonged to me. Ulysses came in, looked surprised, and then sneered. Scarlet, you're at it again. How old are you? Every time we argue, you run away from home. Are you a child? Are you that eager to get married? I've already told you, it's just a coincidence that day, and I'm not going to marry you. His impatience filled the room, but I continued packing without looking back. Fine, if you want to leave, then by all means. Just clean out the guest room as well. Tamsin will be staying here soon. It's convenient for her to go to the art gallery from here. I nodded, taking his words. Okay, I'll have the guest room cleaned out tomorrow. Is there anything else you want me to prepare for her? Ulysses paused, seeming a bit incredulous. Oh, since you're so considerate, why don't you pick out a few more engagement rings for her? You can take your time and choose. I might not have much time to spend with you recently. Tamsin is having her first exhibition, and I have to take care of a lot of things for her. When I'm done with this and Tamsin's exhibition is over, I'll definitely spend more time with you. My chest felt tight, but my tone remained gentle. It's okay, don't worry about it. I have a lot of things to clean up. He didn't ask why I suddenly had so much to clean up, since I usually preferred a minimalist style. He just thought I was being considerate. Actually, that study should be turned into a studio. The sunlight is so good, and all those research materials you have in there are a waste of space. It would be perfect for Tamsin's paintings. You're right, I said. She'll like that room. Just leave it for her studio. Since he likes to dig holes so much, let him have the whole house. The next day, Ulysses rushed to the airport to pick up Tamsin, not even having time for breakfast. The popular female painters returned home for an exhibition made headlines. The comments were all like, a golden hand in the stock market and a romantic female painter. Give me a pen. I'll write a novel about them. Or, I can't hate a couple like this. They're too perfect for each other. They deserve this beautiful love story. 2. I was engrossed in what I was reading when my phone rang. It was Titus. His voice was deep and magnetic on the other end of the line. My PR department asked if you wanted to take down those online articles. I smiled knowingly. No need. If you have that kind of money, I suggest you spend it on our wedding. I won't let you waste it on others. He chuckled softly on the other end. All right, let's go try on wedding dresses today. And about the flowers for the wedding, which kind of roses do you prefer? I've had 3 varieties airlifted in. You can choose later. We had only decided to get married yesterday, and today there were already 3 varieties of roses flown in. I was amazed at how efficient he was. Since we decided to get married, Titus and his company have been handling everything. I was just a bystander, but he never complained about my lack of involvement. He simply arranged everything for me to choose from. I thought back to when I decided to marry Ulysses. My position was completely opposite then. I was the one who had to worry about everything. Whenever I asked Ulysses for advice, he would respond impatiently. Just decide for yourself. Don't bother me with such trivial matters. Seeing Titus' actions, I realized that this was perhaps what a future husband should be like. There were nearly 50 wedding dresses for me to choose from, and amazingly, they were all my size. The designer, who seemed tireless, encouraged me to try on more dresses. Mr. Titus had our team up late last night, and many of these dresses were custom-sized. He also asked us to be on standby in case any adjustments were needed. Looking at the dazzling dress I was wearing, his eyes were filled with blessings for the newlyweds. Mr. Titus must love you very much. My face felt a little hot, and I secretly glanced at Titus, who was smiling mysteriously. After a day of trying on dresses and jewelry, and looking at a bunch of roses, I was exhausted and collapsed on the sofa as soon as I got home. As soon as I sat down, I saw a call from Ulysses, and there were more than a dozen missed calls before it. Where are you? I've told you so many times not to be late. Are you trying to show off how important you are? I was confused. Where? Ulysses sneered. Oh, Scarlett, I thought you sincerely accepted Tamsin. I didn't expect you to be acting. You even learned to ignore my messages? I've already sent you a message. Today is Tamsin's first day back in the country, and I'm hosting a welcome party for her. Tamsin is so considerate that she wants you to come too. Hurry up and come over. I've sent you the location. He hung up without waiting for my reply, and I received a location pin, followed by a voice message. Sister Scarlett, it's been a long time. Come quickly. I don't want you to misunderstand me and brother Ulysses. The voice message was cut off, and I clicked on the next one, and Ulysses' voice came through. Scarlett, if you don't come, you won't get the contact information of the journal editor I promised you. I hesitated. I'm a medical professional, and I have a paper that I've been trying to publish. I wanted to publish it in this particular journal, and Ulysses had accidentally obtained the editor's contact information and promised to give it to me. It was ridiculous to blackmail me with this. I stood up, tidied myself up a bit, and decided to go. I couldn't let those two annoy me for a few more days. I walked into the hotel suite and saw Ulysses and Tamsin sitting side by side, looking very intimate. When she saw me, Tamsin quickly stood up, a bright smile on her face. Sister Scarlett, you're here. Come sit. She was about to give up her seat to me. Before she could move a few centimeters, Ulysses pulled her back. Tamsin, you're the star of the show today. You sit here. There are so many seats, she can sit anywhere. Tamsin looked at me apologetically, her face slightly flushed. Sorry, Sister Scarlett, my brother Ulysses. He might be a little drunk. I waved my hand dismissively. It's okay, I'll just sit here. Your brother Ulysses is right, you're the star today. One of Ulysses' friends chimed in. Come on, there's no need to argue over a seat. You know, we saw the photos of you and Tamsin today, and you two look so perfect together. Even people who don't know you would think you're a couple. Tamsin is just so career-oriented. She's always chasing her dreams. It's a pity that you broke up before, but now that Tamsin is back, you can totally start over. 3. Ulysses didn't even look at me and said casually, What are you all talking about? Tamsin is going to be a great painter. He didn't bother to clarify the ridiculous rumors that everyone was spreading, even though I was the one about to marry him. How could I have been so patient, enduring a man I loved, who was so obviously in love with another woman? Tamsin bit her lip lightly, her eyes as moist as a deer's. Sister Scarlett, don't listen to their nonsense. They're just joking around, don't take it seriously. She handed me a beautifully wrapped box. Sister Scarlett, this is a gift for you. Open it and see if you like it. I opened it and saw a delicate necklace inside, with small, irregularly shaped rubies. I looked up at Tamsin, and around her neck was a large, exquisite ruby necklace with a very luxurious setting. It was clearly custom-made. I was stunned. I remembered that Ulysses had custom-made this ruby necklace for me. He said he wanted me to wear it with my wedding dress, and that the ruby represented his sincere heart. When the designer finished the sketch, he told me that there should be some leftover material from the main stone, which could be used to make some smaller jewelry, such as a bracelet. Now, the necklace that was supposed to match my wedding dress was around Tamsin's neck, and the leftover material was given to me as a gift. I couldn't help but laugh. Ulysses's friends, seeing me laughing so happily, thought I was naive and looked at me with contempt. Someone whispered, How could Ulysses like someone like her? Others looked at Tamsin, who was wearing the gorgeous ruby necklace, and exclaimed, Tamsin, this necklace is so beautiful. Tamsin touched the necklace shyly and looked at Ulysses affectionately. Ulysses gave it to me. He said it was a gift to celebrate my return. If my exhibition is successful, he'll give me an even better one. I couldn't help but retort, Wow, Ulysses is so generous. The raw material for this necklace was passed down from Ulysses' mother's generation. It took nearly half a year just to design the pattern, and the cutting process was custom-made abroad. This necklace is only passed down to the wives of the Ulysses family. Ulysses is really serious about you. The room suddenly fell silent. Ulysses's face turned ugly. Everyone present, even if they were slow, could understand the implication. Since it was a family heirloom passed down only to wives, it should have been given to me, the one who was about to marry Ulysses. But now it was around Tamsin's neck, and the meaning was self-evident. Tamsin trembled and stood up, her hand on the necklace, unable to take it off or leave it on. Her eyes were red and swollen. Ulysses, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was originally for Sister Scarlett. I'm so stupid, I didn't even think to ask. Before she could finish, her tears fell like broken pearls. Ulysses was so distressed that he grabbed her hand and held it tightly. I told you it was yours, so it's yours. Don't listen to what others say. Wear it with confidence. Then he turned and glared at me fiercely. It's just a ruby. You're a medical student. Why do you treasure it so much? You've even reached the level of a doctor, yet you're so petty. You're making a scene in front of so many people. Besides, since it's for the wife of the Ulysses family, and I'm going to marry you, I naturally have the right to decide who wears it. Don't assume that it's yours just because you're going to marry me. Since I've given it to Tamsin, it means she's more deserving of it. You're about to marry me, and you're still making such a fuss about nothing. You're going to be Mrs. Ulysses soon. What else are you dissatisfied with? Tamsin smiled through her tears. Ulysses, thank you. I think this ruby necklace matches the dress I'm wearing for the exhibition. After so many years, Ulysses, you still know me best. 4. I looked at them both with disinterest and said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it. Don't be so sensitive. Besides, a set of jewelry looks better. You gave me this bracelet, which was made from the leftover material of this ruby. Why don't you take it back? Tamsin bit her lip. Sister Scarlett, don't worry. Although Ulysses said he gave it to me, I know it was your wedding gift. I won't take it. After my exhibition is over, I'll return it to you, okay? Ulysses' friend chimed in. Scarlett, you're going too far. Tamsin is just a little scared. It's just a necklace. Why are you making such a fuss? Tamsin has just returned to the country, and now you're making everyone unhappy. Are you trying to make everyone dislike you? That's right, Miss Scarlett. Your family is quite wealthy. Why are you acting like you're going bankrupt? You're fighting over a necklace. These friends of Ulysses had always looked down on me. In their eyes, only the goddess Tamsin was worthy of their good friend Ulysses. For so many years with Ulysses, no matter what I did, they never accepted me. They always thought I wasn't good enough for Ulysses. Tamsin quickly said, Don't say that, you guys. Sister Scarlett doesn't know that Ulysses gave this to me. Now that it's clear, Sister Scarlett won't blame me. Ulysses gave me a cold look. I wish you hadn't come. Your presence is ruining everything. I got up and left. Then I'll leave. As I was about to leave the room, I suddenly thought of something. Oh, by the way, your guest room is too small. Tamsin might not be comfortable. Why don't you give her the master bedroom? Ulysses frowned. What are you talking about? It's our house. Why should I give my room to her? Are you trying to provoke me? And you're going to be the mistress of the Ulysses family in the future. So don't act like this. Do you want to show your disrespect to my parents too? I raised an eyebrow and smiled. Marry into your family? We haven't even gotten the marriage certificate yet. So let's talk about that later. Ulysses panicked and grabbed me, shouting, What are you talking about? What about canceling the wedding? I just said we'd postpone it. Are you trying to force me to marry you because of a necklace? Coincidentally, Titus called at that moment. I answered the phone in front of Ulysses. Scarlett, the designer asked what kind of gemstone you want for the main stone of your ring. I thought about the emerald on his cane and replied, Just an emerald. Ulysses heard this and looked at me disdainfully. What emerald? You don't have the ruby necklace, so you want an emerald? Are you so desperate to be better than others? Tamsin looked at me with tears in her eyes. Ulysses, thank you, but I think this ruby necklace matches the dress I'm wearing for the exhibition. After so many years, Ulysses, you still know me best. I couldn't help but laugh. Ulysses's face turned ugly. Everyone present, even if they were slow, could understand the implication. Since it was a family heirloom passed down only to wives, it should have been given to me, the one who was about to marry Ulysses. But now it was around Tamsin's neck, and the meaning was self-evident. Tamsin trembled and stood up, her hand on the necklace, unable to take it off or leave it on. Her eyes were red and swollen. Ulysses, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was originally for Sister Scarlett. I'm so stupid. I didn't even think to ask. Before she could finish, her tears fell like broken pearls. Ulysses was so distressed that he grabbed her hand and held it tightly. I told you it was yours, so it's yours. Don't listen to what others say. Wear it with confidence. Then he turned and glared at me fiercely. It's just a ruby. You're a medical student. Why do you treasure it so much? You've even reached the level of a doctor. Yet you're so petty. You're making a scene in front of so many people. Besides, since it's for the wife of the Ulysses family, and I'm going to marry you, I naturally have the right to decide who wears it. Don't assume that it's yours just because you're going to marry me. Since I've given it to Tamsin, it means she's more deserving of it. You're about to marry me, and you're still making such a fuss about nothing. You're going to be Mrs. Ulysses soon. What else are you dissatisfied with? I was so angry that I couldn't speak. Let go of me, I said. Who said I wanted to marry you? I can buy whatever I want. It has nothing to do with you. Ulysses sneered. You're still pretending you don't want to marry me? You've been preparing for the wedding, the dress, the venue. What else are you trying to do? Force me to marry you? Are you so desperate to marry into a wealthy family? I was trying to give you face because of our families. But if you continue to act like this, don't blame me. The door to the room was pushed open, and a cold voice came. Let her go. 5. Titus. He walked towards me, his phone still in his hand. With a strong grip, he pried Ulysses' hand off mine. He lowered his head, gently rubbing my reddened wrist, and looked up at me softly. Are you okay? I shook my head. His tall figure stood between me and Ulysses, completely blocking out the danger, making me feel completely at ease. Behind him, his two bodyguards stood silently on either side of the door. He put his arm around my shoulder and looked at Ulysses expressionlessly. This isn't Mr. Ulysses. What are you doing grabbing my fiancée and talking nonsense? At our wedding, she can wear whatever she wants. Even if she wants the stars in the sky as decorations for her wedding dress, I'll find a way to get them for her. You're still so involved after the breakup? Aren't you afraid that this lady here will be jealous? His deep eyes swept over Tamsin, and she trembled, her eyes immediately turning red. Ulysses' face turned pale. What are you talking about? What fiancé? He tried to pull me back, but Titus blocked him firmly. If it weren't for me, Ulysses would probably never have met Titus in his life. After all, they were from completely different circles. Even Ulysses' grandparents would have to bow and scrape in front of Titus. Seeing Titus's expressionless face, no one dared to speak, except for Ulysses, who was still trying to make sense of it all. Scarlett, you're quite something. You're putting on a show with Titus to make Tamsin jealous? Given how eager you are to marry me, I promise you this will be the last time I postpone our wedding, okay? I didn't even bother to look at him. With Titus's arm around me, I left the room. The driver drove steadily. I looked at the man beside me and sighed. Thank you for today. How did you know I was here? He smiled at me, his eyes shining. Your phone was still connected, and I heard the argument. I knew Ulysses was hosting a welcome party for his first love, so I found out where it was. I chuckled. Ulysses had been calling me nonstop, but I hadn't answered. Ulysses saw that I wasn't answering, so he started sending me crazy messages. Scarlett, what do you mean? You deliberately brought someone here to make Tamsin jealous? I've told you countless times that Tamsin and I aren't what you think. Don't jump to conclusions. Tamsin is crying now, saying it's all her fault for misunderstanding you. You should go and explain to her. She's the most innocent in this. Scarlett, where are you? Why aren't you coming home? Tamsin doesn't dare to go home now. She has to stay in a hotel. She said she's afraid we'll quarrel. You should come back quickly. My phone was filled with his messages. I forced myself to turn off my phone and closed my eyes. It was time to say goodbye. I returned to my house and spent the night there. The next day, I went to the new house that Ulysses and I had prepared and packed up my belongings. I had already sent the larger items away yesterday. All that was left was a small suitcase. When I opened the door, I heard Tamsin sweetly calling out to Ulysses. Ulysses, these noodles you made are so delicious. I can't make them as well as you, no matter how hard I try. I miss you so much when I was abroad. Of course, Ulysses replied with a low, indulgent chuckle. If you want to eat it, I can make it for you anytime. You don't have to go abroad. Tamsin listened, then slowly put down her chopsticks. But Ulysses, you're going to get married. Later, Sister Scarlett might not like it if we get too close. That's not good. Don't worry about it. You know how I feel about you. And with Scarlett, we're just going through the motions. The person I really want to marry is you. I threw my keys on the table, making a loud noise that startled the couple. 6. Ulysses hurriedly released his grip on Tamsin. Tamsin was wearing a deep purple nightgown with intricate lace and a very sexy design. The front was a deep V-neck, and the back was backless down to her waist. I had specifically prepared this for our wedding night, but she had not only taken over my house, but was also wearing my clothes, acting like she was already the mistress of this house. When Tamsin saw me looking at the dress, she quickly adjusted her hair and lowered her head shyly. Sister Scarlett, I'm sorry. I haven't had time to get my luggage yet. Ulysses said I could wear your clothes first, and he found this new one for me. Sister Scarlett, do you mind? I smiled slightly. Not at all. I walked past them and went to the master bedroom to get my suitcase. The door was half open, and the room was filled with a strong smell. Men's underwear and women's stockings were scattered on the floor, making it clear what had happened in there. Ulysses followed me and quickly closed the door. Don't get me wrong, we didn't go all the way. I couldn't stand the disgust I felt, so I covered my mouth with my hand and walked past him with my suitcase. Get out of my way. Tamsin called out to me as I reached the door. Sister Scarlett, are you leaving? I didn't look back. Titus's driver came over and took the suitcase from me. I got into the car. Ulysses grabbed me. What are you doing? You came back without saying anything, and now you're leaving with your things? Do you think this is a hotel? Enough. If you keep this up, don't blame me for being rude. You can go now, I won't stop you. But don't expect me to coax you back. I was too tired to pretend anymore, and I didn't want him to misunderstand me. Ulysses, let's just end this. We're over. I got into the car, and Ulysses laughed coldly outside. Fine, if you want to be difficult, then be it. I'll give you a few days to calm down. If you realize your mistake, come back to me. Titus's family was very influential, and news of my wedding spread quickly. My parents were surprised but happy for me. How come you suddenly changed your groom? My mom asked. I don't know, Mom. I guess things change. My mom patted my head. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Titus and his family went all out for the wedding. The entire house was sparkling with jewels. On the day of our wedding, Tamsin's solo art exhibition was also a huge success. Ulysses had booked a top-notch hotel in the city and invited a lot of friends to celebrate, but not many people showed up. Ulysses looked very upset. Why is everyone late? Why aren't they answering their phones? What are they doing? One of his friends said, Today is the wedding of the crown prince of the Titus family, and the bride is the only daughter of the Scarlet family. Everyone who received the invitation is going to the wedding. Of course, no one is coming here. Ulysses was stunned. Then his face turned pale. He grabbed his friend's collar. What did you say? You said who got married? His friend stammered, Scarlet, of course. Who else? The Scarlet family only has one daughter. Their wedding is being broadcast live all over the world. 7. He picked up the remote control and turned on the TV in the private room, just in time for the climax of the wedding. Titus took the diamond ring from the flower girl. The huge ring sparkled brilliantly, but no light could outshine the look in the groom's eyes as he looked at the bride. Thank you for looking back at me. I swear to love and cherish you forever. I do. Hearing my affirmative answer, he slowly slipped a huge diamond ring onto my middle finger. The weight on my finger felt heavy, and my heart was filled with warmth. He lifted my veil and kissed me gently and tenderly. Ulysses smashed his wine glass in his hand, and blood dripped down his fingers onto the floor. It's all an act. You're lying. Scarlet would never marry anyone else. She loves me. How could she marry someone else? His girlfriend, a rich girl, looked at him disdainfully. Why not? You kept postponing your wedding for her, and your love for her would eventually fade. It's no wonder she left you. Ulysses was furious and retorted, Impossible. I just postponed the wedding. I didn't break up with her. The girl ignored her boyfriend's warning and continued to mock him. You're acting like a lovesick puppy now. For Tamsin, you even postponed the wedding 3 times. If I were you, I would have beaten you up. And you're still saying it's impossible? Besides, she looked at the couple on TV with envy. If I were Scarlet, I would choose Titus too. He's so handsome, and I heard that they were each other's first loves. The Titus family is so rich, and look at how devoted he is to her. I heard he's been waiting for her for many years. Ulysses couldn't take it anymore and rushed out of the room. Tamsin chased after him, calling his name, but he ignored her. He burst into the hotel where my wedding was being held. I was standing with Titus, greeting his relatives. He grabbed my hand. Scarlet, come with me right now. Our wedding is canceled. It was ridiculous. Titus signaled to his bodyguards, then pulled me behind him and pushed Ulysses away. Ulysses, you've lost your mind. This is my wedding. Who are you to barge in and take my bride away? Ulysses' parents rushed over to pull him away and apologized to Titus and me. Ulysses, what are you doing? This is a union between 2 families. Don't you dare cause a scene. Tamsin followed Ulysses and started to play the victim. Uncle and Aunt, you've misunderstood. Ulysses is just upset because Scarlet suddenly decided to marry someone else. Scarlet has always said she would marry Ulysses. It's just that Ulysses had some temporary matters to deal with, so he postponed the wedding. I didn't expect Scarlet to marry someone else without saying anything. Sister Scarlet, Don't you think you're being unfair to Ulysses? You've been with Ulysses for so many years. How could you do this to him? Ulysses must be heartbroken. I couldn't help but laugh. I turned to Tamsin. Tamsin, you don't know the real reason why Ulysses kept postponing the wedding, do you? You're acting like the victim here, but you're no better than him. 8. The first time we set a wedding date, you said you'd just had surgery and were alone overseas, not eating or sleeping well, and wanted Ulysses to go with you. The wedding invitations had already been sent out, but he flew over to be with you. The second time we set a wedding date, you said you were going to a remote mountain area to sketch for inspiration. Then you said the signal there was poor, and you might not be able to contact anyone, implying that it wasn't safe, and you might disappear. Ulysses was so worried he went with you. The third time, you scheduled your art exhibition on the same day as our wedding. What were you thinking? Even a dog passing by could see what you were doing. Now you're asking me why I betrayed Ulysses? Why don't you ask yourself, since you think he's so good, why don't you marry him instead of dragging him around and making him your lapdog for years? Tamsin's face turned pale, her eyes welling up with tears. She covered her mouth and looked about to collapse. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't realize you felt this way about me, but I would never intentionally break up you and Ulysses. Ulysses snapped back to reality, but with the bodyguards blocking his way, his gaze was fixed on me. Scarlett, you said you loved me. Why did you marry another man? You lied to me. I calmly adjusted the lace bracelet on my wrist. I did love you, but I don't anymore. I'm tired. Now I'm in love with someone else, and marrying him is what I want. And don't you also have someone you love? It's a perfect match, isn't it? Ulysses struggled. I never agreed to break up with you. Titus stood in front of me. Scarlett has already notified you, and your consent isn't needed. With so many people here, do you really want everyone to know what you've done? He put his arm around me and said softly, Scarlett, I've invited the professor I told you about. You can ask him about publishing your article. Ulysses was going crazy and tried to grab me. Scarlett, I won't let you be with another man. With a loud bang, Titus punched Ulysses in the face. I said enough, mister. Ulysses, don't push your luck. If it weren't for your parents being here, it wouldn't be just a punch. Ulysses' parents rushed forward to restrain their son and apologized to me and Titus. I'm so sorry. We haven't taught him well. We'll take him away now. Ulysses' father grabbed his collar and scolded him harshly. Enough of this nonsense. Are you going to ruin the reputation of the Ulysses family? Tamsin took advantage of the situation and helped Ulysses up, her voice just loud enough for everyone to hear. Uncle Silas, don't be angry with Ulysses. It's all Scarlett's fault. I turned around and walked towards her. My fault? What did I do wrong? Was it wrong of me to let a single woman and my ex-fiancé sleep together? Or was it wrong of me to generously give you my bedroom and even let you wear my nightgown to seduce my ex-fiancé? Come to think of it, I guess I did do something wrong. Because I really didn't expect that Miss Tamsin, a renowned painter and a lady from a good family, would be involved in such a scandalous affair. 9. There was an uproar. My words slapped her like a stinging insult, and the people around us pointed and whispered. She nearly stumbled backward, her face pale. No wonder, someone murmured. I knew someone who would cling to a man who was engaged. What kind of person would do that? Look at her acting. I couldn't even do it as well if I tried. I thought she was so high and mighty. She's shameless. I don't think she really liked Ulysses that much. Otherwise, why would she keep him hanging on? She was wearing your nightgown and sleeping in your new house with your fiancé. It's disgusting. Whoever gets involved with her is unlucky. Ulysses quickly stepped in front of Tamsin. Stop talking about Tamsin. She's innocent. It's all my fault. I slapped Ulysses across the face. He turned his head and looked at me in disbelief. Of course it's your fault. If you hadn't been unfaithful, sleeping with another woman while you were engaged to me, things wouldn't have turned out like this. You two are a perfect match, both equally disgusting. You two should just be together. Don't pollute the world. Tamsin was crying, looking pitiful and helpless. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't realize you felt this way about me. I never meant to break up you and Ulysses. I looked at her with disgust. You can go wherever you want. Only a fool like Ulysses would fall for someone like you. Don't think anyone else will take you seriously. You've benefited a lot from the Ulysses family over the years, haven't you? Ulysses paid for your study abroad. You're now known as an up-and-coming artist, but you know how shallow your reputation is. While you're still young and attractive, you should make the most of it. Once people find out about you and Ulysses, no respectable family will accept you. Tamsin couldn't take it anymore and ran out. Ulysses tried to follow her, but the security guards held him back. After our honeymoon, Titus and I returned home. My friends immediately called me to catch up. You've been living the good life. I've been dying to hear all about it. My best friend said with a mischievous grin. You won't believe what happened to Tamsin. After your wedding, the news reached her family, and all the families who were considering an alliance with them backed out. Tamsin's father was furious and kicked her out of the house. Her father's company is almost bankrupt because of her. She went to Ulysses, but his mother froze all his cards and only allowed him to live with them. He's not even allowed to eat out. She's still living in Ulysses' old house now, crying all the time, but no one cares. Hearing this, I smiled faintly. Ulysses was also very busy, playing the role of a repentant playboy. He would often come to my house, sending flowers and jewelry, like a pesky fly that couldn't be swatted away. He even asked his mother for another set of jewelry and had it delivered to my house. Scarlett, you'll always be the one I love most, and the only woman I want to marry. Come back to me, my wife. 10. Titus was furious, gnashing his teeth. He threatened to send the Ulysses family abroad and make them disappear from my life. I couldn't help but laugh at his childish behavior. Isn't it beneath you to stoop so low? Although I was annoyed, Titus directly had me move into our newly renovated house. We decided to invite some close friends over for a housewarming party. To my surprise, Tamsin showed up. She was much quieter than before, but her eyes were fixed on me. She tried to talk to me. My friend stepped forward and stopped her. How did you get in? Get out, we don't want you here. The bodyguard stood by. Unable to approach me, Tamsin shouted, Scarlett, you're already a married woman. How can you cheat on your husband? Aren't you afraid your husband will divorce you? Titus, who was peeling shrimp for me, looked over and sneered. Is this woman insane? Tamsin pushed my friend aside and rushed towards Titus, shouting, Mr. Titus, don't be fooled by her. Ulysses comes to beg her for forgiveness every day. How do you know she hasn't softened her heart and wants to betray you? Titus wiped his hands with a napkin and beckoned me over. Honey, come eat. I've peeled the shrimp for you. It'll get cold if you don't eat it soon. Then he turned to Tamsin. You're no match for me, little girl. I'm not as stupid as Ulysses. Tamsin glared at me angrily. Scarlett, are you happy now? Now that Ulysses doesn't want me anymore. Do you feel like you've won? I rolled my eyes. Oh please, Tamsin. Ulysses is not that great of a catch. I wouldn't fight over him with anyone. You can have him. She was about to say something else, but Ulysses interrupted her. He ignored the security guards and rushed towards me. Scarlett, don't listen to her. Nothing happened between us. The child she's carrying is not mine. Everyone was shocked. They didn't expect Tamsin to be pregnant. Tamsin rushed towards him and slapped him. Crying, she said, How can you say that? It's your child, Ulysses. Why don't you acknowledge him? Ulysses looked desperate. Scarlett, give me another chance. I'll give you the best wedding. I'll give you anything you want, even that ruby necklace. It will always belong to you. I laughed bitterly. Ulysses, why would I want a necklace that someone else has worn? I turned to my husband, who was looking at me with loving eyes. I'm very happy with Titus. He always gives me the best. And he's one of a kind. Ulysses, no one will wait for you forever. The scandal quickly spread. Ulysses' family refused to acknowledge the child, and they forced Tamsin to have a paternity test. The test confirmed that the child was indeed Ulysses. The Ulysses family was forced to accept Tamsin and the child, but they treated them coldly. Tamsin was heartbroken and eventually left Ulysses. She tried to continue her career as a painter, but the scandal had ruined her reputation. As for me, I lived happily ever after with Titus.